Hey, and I'm David Larson here with AdoramaTV. We have Joe McNally, and he's had a whirlwind of a year. Joe, can you tell me a little about your year?
Sure, it has been a busy time. We started off the year, or in the spring, doing a major tour, in association with Adorama. It was called Flash Bus, and my very good friend and very good shooter and fellow teacher, David Hobby, and I paired up, and we became rolling cartoon characters, literally. We had our caricatures on the side of a bus. It was a rock and roll style bus. We did 29 cities, 14,500 miles, almost 10,000 people came, and we had a blast. There wasn't a bad word spoken on the bus. We were like a band of brothers out there, just knocking around the country. Something you always think that maybe you'll do, I don't know, when you're a kid or something. But here it was, we got a chance to go just around the country, and the very positive things outside of the goodwill of the bus was the fact that we got some good teaching done, and we had some really good feedback from the audiences, and people were really on board and they got it, and that was a really positive aspect of having done that.
So you were photographing and teaching throughout every stop.
Exactly. David has a wonderful presentation, and he would start off in the morning, and he's really about control and direction of light, and then in the afternoon I just pull random people out of the audience and try to craft a photograph. So it was kind of like this yin and yang kind of an effect teaching wise, and I think people liked it.
So after the tour, what was going on?
Well, we knocked down a little bit, but things ramped up very quickly for me because 10 years ago, obviously, 9/11 occurred. I was very involved in the aftermath of 9/11, and so Bob Sullivan, my very good friend and editor up at Time Life Books, said we're coming out with a new edition or a reprinting of a book called One Nation. We'd like you to go back and update the portraits that you did around the time of 9/11. So I had a major book assignment that I started on, and that took me most of the summer. The culmination of that was we brought out the original 9/11 project that I had done, where I used the world's only giant Polaroid camera, and those frames are 4 feet by 9 feet. They're 300 pounds apiece, and they've been in storage now for the better part of the last 10 years. We brought them out and staged them alongside the new photographs. And given the fact of technology and updating all these years later, we also did video interviews with quite a number of the people from the original project, people whose lives had intersected very dramatically with 9/11. So it was a very complete show for people who came to see it, and it staged at the Time Warner Center. So in about 17 days, it was seen by about 1.5 million people. So
Unbelievable. It sounds like an unbelievably moving project.
Well, the benefit, if you call it that, or the wonderful thing that has accrued to me as a photographer is the relationships I still maintain with this extraordinary group of people. 10 years later, I'm happy to call a great number of them my friends. I stay in touch with people. I'm a friend of numerous firehouses in New York. I always have a welcome there, and it was just an extraordinary time of 9/11, a very tumultuous, emotional moment, but out of it has come, I think, a real positive spirit of rebirth and new optimism, and the fact I was able to show some of that 10 years later was really positive.
And moving forward from that project, is there anything you're looking forward to at this event specifically?
Well, I did my big class. I already did a class on lighting. That was kind of fun. And I'm kind of, I get daunted, as I'm sure everybody does, by the wash of new technology. So I'm kind of trying to wander around, take some of it in. And, I've got a couple of projects. Geographic has me on tap to do a project next year. So I've got things that are, what I am hoping is that the year closes in December, and come December, I'm off the road.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, take care.